What's going on, guys? We are back here with some more Aetherdrift Standard, more PT decks today. And we have an interesting one. I don't really know exactly how I can do this deck justice within like a 4 to 5 minute window of deck tech. So I'm gonna try my best, but like I said, I'm not gonna be able to do this deck the proper justice. This is the deck list that Team Sanctum of All submitted, and this is Esper Paragon. I believe the best performing individual from that team on this deck was Jason Yee, who went 8-2 in Constructed. I don't remember the record of everybody else, but I remember seeing Jason went 8-2. So good showing for Jason. And this deck list is wild. So the concept, at least from what I can tell, you start with Esper Pixie, and you've decided that you no longer want to be an aggro deck because maybe you feel like you want to be a little bit bigger in the Pixie mirrors, and you want to have more haymakers against Domain. For those reasons, at least that's what I can think of. And that kind of leads you a little bit down this path. I mean, this is certainly the highlight, right? For the 4 copies of Serra Paragon, where if you want to be a little bit bigger, Paragon is a good way of doing that, because a lot of your cards naturally go to the graveyard anyways, where you have both Grim Bauble and Momentum Breaker, which you can choose to sacrifice for, in the case of Breaker, a little bit of life, and in the case of Bauble, a little bit of scrying. And then if you sacrifice those cards, you put them in the graveyard to then recast again with Paragon. So that kind of gets you down that route. You also have Overlord of the Baelmerk, which is nice because it's a way to put cards into your graveyard, so it helps kind of fill up for Serra Paragon, and it's a way to find the Serra Paragon. So it's these 2 cards work very well together, where this digs you to Paragon and then finds you stuff to cast off of it. Overlord is also very important, I would imagine, in the Domain matchup, because a big part of that matchup is we have main deck Jaces. And I think a lot of times what happens is you play Jace on 4 mana, you -4 to mill them for 12, and then in the same turn, you can Pixie to pick up the Jace, do it again next turn, mill them for 12. But you can also Jace mill them for 15 and then get it back with Baelmerk and kind of do that loop over and over again. There's only 2 towns, which I also found very, very interesting. You still have a lot of good stuff with town, like Bauble. Helpful Hunter is another card here, which helps grease the wheels a little bit with Baelmerk. Breaker, Nowhere, a lot of permanents for town, but only 2 copies. So it seemed like maybe they decided that town was like, you just didn't want to draw multiple towns, because there's no talents here either. This is really just a black-white deck with town and Jace. There's not a lot of blue cards, which I found interesting as well. And then there's also Scrollshift, which is cool for a couple of different reasons. So you kind of have the sort of quote-unquote scam angle, where you can play Overlord on turn 2, and then on turn 3 Scrollshift the Overlord to put it back into play as a creature. That's pretty cool. Scrollshift can also cycle your Helpful Hunters, can retrigger Breaker at instant speed, which is huge. Being able to do that at instant speed is pretty big against if they have Kaido at an empty board. You can reset Lockdown, which is pretty cool, because if you play the first Lockdown, you kill some stuff, they play more stuff, then you can reset the Lockdown to get the stuff they played after that. And it's also nice because Lockdown, if you hit multiple of your stuff like Breaker, Nowhere, Bauble, Helpful Hunter, you can then either Pixie or Scrollshift the Lockdown to go again, get all of those triggers, and then clean up the extra stuff that they played after the Lockdown. And then on top of all of that, we also got some Day of Judgments, which I'm guessing are here for the red matchup. They might actually be a little bit important against Domain too, because a lot of the ways that Domain kills is through like a big Beza Overlord turn, and if you can tank one hit and then Wrath them the next turn, you might be able to clean up all their stuff and maybe leave them with barely any leftovers. That, I think, is pretty much everything. We didn't talk about the Beza and the Loran, but some interesting one-ofs here that you can flicker or get back with Baelmerk, which I find kind of cool. And then the mana base is a lot of dual lands, but more importantly, 4 Fabled Passage. And if you're choosing to play Serra Paragon, it makes a lot of sense to play Passage, because you can sack Passage early, and then on turn 5, play the Paragon, replay the Passage, and get your guaranteed value and not have to wait till like turn 6 or turn 7 to play Paragon plus a 2 or a 3. So that is kind of interesting as well. And then in the sideboard, we're pretty sweeper heavy, so we got 2 Pest Control and an Urza Silex. Sorry, 3 Pest Control, rather. So we're really going heavy on Pest Control. Anoint, Get Lost, couple Duresses, 2 Ghost Vacuums, and then an additional Beza and a 3rd Jace as well for Domain. I think I covered everything mostly. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed. But yeah, this deck is wild, and I can't wait to play some games with it. So I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Yeah, we played Ben's white-black deck yesterday. It was good. Mountain Gaming. Awkward. Tap playing kind of weird with this hand. I do like Serra Paragon. Breaker. Breaker 1-9. Breaker 1-9. Beep boop. Screaming Nemesis. Good Scrollshift here too, but I kind of like this because it gets the Pixie into play. I think if I didn't draw Pixie, I probably would have Scrollshifted there. But it's nice to save this one for instant speed. Because, like, you know, you can't do Pixie Breaker at instant speed, but this one you can. Okay, we got 2 in hand. I guess we just Breaker tap land. This might actually be a Scrollshift turn. Because if I Scrollshift, I can hit the bauble. Yeah, let's actually Scrollshift here. I really want to find the bauble. That's fine too. I am giving up my instant speed way to do the sack thing, but it's probably fine. I mean, this has got to be a good matchup. Surely no rage, right? I'm shocked. Get him at 8. Well, let's start here. We can Paragon Fabled Passage next turn to gain life. That's kind of cool. We can also sack Momentum Breaker this turn, and the next turn land 6 Paragon Breaker. Okay, it seems like they do not really have much going on. I guess it's probably pretty likely they have Burst Lightning in hand, so let's just gain as much life as we can. Use our mana while we can, you know? Given that they have a priority window, it's got to be Burst Lightning. The Challenger. Okay. Now they can't burst my Paragon at least. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, how about this? Go to 11. Get Swamp. What if I just town these 2 and then Wrath them? Is that a good line or a bad line? Can't be that bad, right? Get their Burst Lightning out of their hand this way. A Lightning Strike. Okay, I see. Emberheart Challenger, which is pretty good. I mean, it's like the best card they could draw here. Okay. I think we're still fine for the most part. We go Serra. Yeah, 3 Ember Hearts in a row is kind of funny. I think I'd actually rather Pixie from the grave. It's more mana efficient, and it gives me a second blocker this turn, which could be pretty important. I mean, in theory, this game should be over. They've already gone through 3 challengers. They can't draw the 4th one, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Absolutely farmed. Okay, so red matchup. Yeah, I agree. The synergy between Fabled Passage and Serra Paragon is just huge. So Anoint, Bauble. Pest Control, maybe, although I don't think Pest Control is that good against red, because it doesn't hit the 2s. Jace is nonsense. Loran is kind of mid. Legions is too slow, / sorcery speed. Yeah, I think I'm not going to board in the Pest Controls. Because the only thing... Like, what does it kill? It kills Hired Claw, Heartfire Hero, I guess Monastery Swiss Spear, so they have 12 ones. I guess, what would you rather play Pest Control over? Helpful Hunter, maybe? Yeah. Okay, I guess we're never bouncing Helpful Hunter. Why is Fade from History not used in Sideboards to fight Domain? I think a couple of people played it at the PT, but... Yeah, there was a couple people that played it, but not a ton of people. But the problem with Fade from History is, like, it's double green, not a lot of decks can use it. But it's probably good. I guess the other big issue with Fade is it's only good after they've already deployed a Zur. So in those games, like, you're kind of already at the mercy of, like, say they go turn 4 Overlord, turn 5 Zur attack. You've already taken an Overlord hit. They have all the tokens left over, and, you know, it's just kind of not fantastic. Do I want to bobble this? Not particularly, I don't think. I'm just going to pass. Yeah, I agree. Silex is a lot better. Silex is one of the few cards that you can play against Domain where you get super late into the game, where, like, say they have a whole bunch of... If they've, like, you know, triggered the Green Overlord a whole bunch of times, you can get super late into the game and still just kind of reset all their lands while still killing all their stuff. So, it's pretty good. I'd rather not take 6 damage. Okay. Challenge. It's a nice little turn. Kill this, then Scrollshift immediately. God, Scrollshift Grimbauble is nice. Just kill your creature, draw a card. Okay, now they fire up Sanctuary and we have Breaker. Think of it as a Wrath Angle? Nah, this is fine. I mean, it's the same thing as Wrath, but I cycled, right? That was effectively just Wrath plus cycle. This plays around Rage. I don't know if I need to play around Rage, but probably fine. They only got 2 cards in hand, right? Like, what are we even scared about at this point? Challenge. It doesn't seem like they have any instants, which is good. They always have rage. Well, not this game, I don't think, because they don't have any priority windows. I'm gonna Graveyard a Day of Judgment. That's how flush I am right now. Paragon. Bubble. Yeah, this game just I don't even know what they're supposed to do from here. It feels like the Paragons make this matchup so much easier too. Because then all of the stuff that you cast off the Paragon just gets you more life. Okay, I didn't realize I had this few blue sources. This might have been a loose play, but I thought I had one more blue source. I'm graveyarding that. I don't need it. I wanted to get my speed up for the breaker, though. I forgot that was a magic card. Although, it's kind of fine, because I have 3 basics in play. So, kind of don't even care that much. It is nice that because we're playing Paragon Passage, we have a little bit of built-in insulation against the links. That is pretty good. Barrage. Alright. Booble. So it seems like their last card is Monstrous Rage. Okay. Town these 2. Or we play the Bauble, hold up Breaker if they go for the Sanctuary next turn. Can also maybe sack the Breaker this turn to gain 2 life. Okay. We're good. Yeah, I mean, one of those situations where, like, you could take 100 different lines and it didn't matter. Alright, no Moss Trivia. We must focus. I keep. This hand is good against... This hand's good against the Sunspine Links. Another red gamer? Okay, so we're just going to farm a bunch of red gamers, I guess. Is that what's happening? I mean, I'll take it. Ooh. That kind of red gamer, huh? Guess I'll do this main phase. Yeah, nobody wants to vote no now. Not a single person wants to vote no. Surely there's somebody that doesn't believe. Oh, it's Goblins? Even better. El Goblino. Look, somebody's got to vote no, alright? You got to balance it out, you know. Please? Somebody vote no? Come on. More people than that, alright? Look, I believe in Goblins. I believe in the Goblins deck, okay? I know they can do it. I have faith. More faith than you do. If I lose this one, just retire. I'd consider it. Jesus Christ. Okay, new plan. New plan. I'll cast that one. Got 3 in hand. Lock them up. Pew, 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 pew. Lock them up. We'll see you next time. The Horde Master. Okay. That is a 2-for-1. If I even want to kill it. I see what you're doing over there. I respect it. Oh. Literally a 2-for-1. I mean, I do kind of have to kill the Horde Master before I Day of Judgment. I don't want to get them two cards. Non-token creature. Oh, no. Wait, that's actually kind of relevant. The 1 damage gets them to 4 speed. That's hella relevant. Yeah, I know. I can't do it this turn, but I can also just like have blockers in play, you know, make them overcommit to the sweeper and then Day of Judgment next turn. Like I don't have to do it now, you know. They don't really have great attacks. Squee. Okay. So let them. Okay, maybe they do have great attacks. Actually, it turns out they may have good attacks. So this is Double Strike Menace. So maybe I do this. Kill the bomber. Kind of feels like a bit of a spew, though, doesn't it? Let me go trade here, trade here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I could have done something better. Okay, that kind of helps, because now I can Wrath, Hold Up, Get Lost. How did you feel about the 11th place Celestia Cage list? We haven't tried that list yet. The green-white deck to be played today was not the Cage deck. It was the green-white aggro deck, the one that didn't have Cage, that was played by Jordan Lidsky. That one felt okay. I was kind of like moderately impressed with it. It was decent. This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. Can't pass. Yeah, that version felt okay. I don't know if I like it more or less than Cage, but it was somewhat decent. I did like the I did like the vehicle, the Velocipede. Velocipede was nice. Okay, we'll hold that. Okay. I mean, at 11, I still kind of feel a little sketchy. That is... Okay, that's a huge Overlord. Huge Overlord. So I can just cast this for 5. You take 1. They can haste the dragon next turn. Get back Pixie. Pixie back nowhere. Sure. Okay, so next turn they go Engineer. 7. I guess they don't have enough to go... Oh, they do, right? Dragon plus haste. If they shove everything, I block the Engineer and I take 6. It's kind of close. I mean, they gotta just jam, right? Waiting doesn't accomplish that much. Oh, true. The Engineer does not get haste. It's just the Dragon. So, easy block here. Come on. So, wait, no, this is fine, right? Because if they play the engineer, they have the dragon first, but I can respond to them making the dragon and kill the engineer, right? Yeah, get back Paragon. Because they go engineer, right? Make a dragon. I respond to dragon. Yeah, but they don't know that. Fuck, they knew it. God damn it. They actually saw the line. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that to happen. We have a gamer right here. An absolute gamer. Okay, we still win. I think I just want to gain life off passage, don't I? Yeah, I just want to gain the life right now. Because I don't want to die. I might not even attack with the Overlord. I'm kind of scared. Go Breaker. Make them sack. Nah, the Overlord attack is fine because we have the Breaker to gain life if we need to. Get Pixie back. I do have to be a little bit careful about my life total, I guess. I can also just play Pixie, right? Pixie, pick up nowhere. Breaker's safer. This game was closer than I wanted it to be. God damn. I didn't see the haste hold priority line. That was a good line. I didn't see that at first, but... Alright, up a game against El Goblino. What do we have against Goblins? Lockdown, good. Yeah, new Fear of Goblins unlocked. Pest Control seems good. Base is probably okay. Could maybe do the Silex. Jace bad. Ashes could be okay. Hunter out. Loran out. Well, I kind of like Ashes because you can exile the stupid Horde Master with it. You gotta cut one card, chat. What is the card you would like to cut? And or maybe two for the second Get Lost. Scrollshift? Although I do like Scrollshift with Lockdown. You think of Bailmerk? Yeah, it's kind of slow. I could buy that. It's good, but... With 2 Day of Judgment and 2 Lockdown, I don't know if I need the Silex as much. So this is blue-black, no white mana. Sounds really sketchy. It does have Talent Overlord, which is kind of interesting, but I'm going to ship it. Yeah, much better. Much better. If you think about it, this is kind of just a black-white deck. There's not really a ton of blue cards. I think Pest Control is not that great. I'm thinking if they go wide with like Krenko or Sear Slicer Goblin, it could be good. But I agree. I think on average, I think against a lot of their draws, Pest Control is not fantastic. Engineer. Okay. So they probably have Torch. Le Breaker. Get a Krenko for me? I got an answer to Krenko. I got that one covered. No, I definitely got it covered. I kind of still want to... Nah, let's just save the town. I was going to town, bounce Pixie Breaker, and then play the Breaker, but we'll just save it. I'm going to fetch main phase, though, so they can't respond to my fetch. Painter Studio. That's a draw 2. 2 cards secured. Those are 2 pretty good cards. Not gonna lie. A Horde Master next turn. Do you bless the rains down in Africa? It's a very important question. Horde Master. Master. Pest Control. Actually, kind of gas, because I can Pest Control to kill the Pixie and the Burnout, and then replay the Pixie with the Paragon. That's kind of hot, right? Look, I don't know if it's the correct line, but it's the fun line. Is that a Cauldron? That was a good turn. We can still do the sack Breaker line, then replay off Paragon next turn. That is kind of sick. Like, Paragon plus Breaker is kind of unreal. Horde Master. I guess I probably shouldn't block this, huh? I think I can afford to take 3, sorry, rather. I'll take 3. You do get more speed. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Bauble Horde Master. Make sure I sequence this right. Bounce these 2. Breaker. I'm just going to keep gassing the same Momentum Breaker over and over again. We're also just racing them somehow. Sure, I guess. Alright, we're going to do the fun line. We're going to do the fun line. And by fun, I mean gain 10. Gain 10, kill your creature. Just absolutely farmed. No. Okay, we found the bad matchup. Come on, man. 1, 2, 3. Look, if I draw a swamp, this hand cooks. Let me tell you. We have found the one bad matchup itself. Shuffler remains undefeated. Alright, one more turn. We got one more turn in me. Maybe they'll think I'm playing blue-white control. I agree. This should be a good matchup. On average, when in games where we don't mulligan to 4. I do agree with that. Worth noting, 4 lands in play, still doesn't have a basic for Verge. Just want to throw that out there. Of course. Of course it's the Courtyard. Okay, Golgari stuff. Get Lost, good. Loran. Most Golgari decks have removed the Annex, so I think no Loran. Lockdown. What does Lockdown hit? Hits Dread Knight, hits Elf. That's it. Probably not a Jace matchup. Probably an Anoint matchup. What if we cut the Loran and play a second Beza? Let's do that. Keep in one lockdown as like a somewhat of a concession to multiple Dread Knights. Yeah, I don't want a ton of lockdowns, but I think the first copy is decent. Ooh, a keepable hand? You're telling me you're telling me I'm allowed to keep 7 cards? No shot. He probably still thinks I'm blue-white control. Well, not anymore. Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. That's a good draw. I'll take that. It's a good draw. Oh, that was a really good draw. Say it ain't so. You can go. I pass. Sentinel. Yeah, I'm down. Just Overlord again. I don't really care if they play the Sentinel again, right? I do have to be a little bit careful about milling myself. Okay. Let's save the other Overlord, because I may hardcast it next turn. Sure. We are a little weak to Sheoldred now. Did we did build land, right? Okay, good. So Paragon. Do we want Passage for basic, or do we just want to play Verge? I think at 20 life, I'd rather just have. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Never mind. It actually doesn't matter. The lands, the basic lands, were kind of cheap for that deck, so I bought a whole bunch of like on the whatever the new one is. I don't know the name of it, but I bought a whole bunch of those basics for like less than $1 each. So I have 20 of each of those that I like to use whenever I'm not using the like if I can't use beta lands. El gato. Il gato. It's fucking Dread Knight, man. Yeah, the planet basics. I refuse to kill this Dread Knight. I'm not doing it. I will take 20 damage from Mosswood before I cast Momentum Breaker. It's just not gonna happen. Holy shit. Well. Okay, interesting. Okay, I get a line for you. Ready? I think this is better than casting Day of Judgment, because this gets the Helpful Hunter back in hand. Although it's possible I want the Hunter in the graveyard anyways for Paragon on turn 6. It's kind of close. Do 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 do. Final answer. Just please don't have Obliterator. Have anything but that. Then we're fine. They gave me a nice. You know for a fact that means they have Obliterator fight spell. They wouldn't nice me unless they did. Yeah, I know. Get it over with. I know. You didn't have to nice me, but... We're still honestly not even that bad of a spot. I mean, the Dread Knight is fucking annoying, but... We could at least chump block the cottages for a while. I fucking knew he had it too, but like, I don't know. Maybe I should have just not put a creature into play that turn. Could have maybe been a good idea. Losing the Dread Knight. No. The Dread Knight, they already cast the Dread Knight. No, not my cats! Il gato! Yeah, they played the Adventure last turn. Il gato. Rude. Mill a Paragon, please. Oh, we already had a Paragon. Okay, that's fine. Are we cooking? Is he cooking? They definitely don't have a kill spell, right? Sure. Go to 1. We go to Juan. Nah, see, the thing is, we didn't lose to Pulse this game. We lost to Obliterator. The Pulse was whatever. Man, you never been at 1 life before? You have a passage, right? Okay. We have a Pixie, but the Pixie's not doing a ton. So let's just go cast this. I guess this is just better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Third Obliterator. Yeah, third Obliterator would kind of suck. That's a huge pickup. Paragon, Pixie. Okay, let's do this. I think I'm not going to attack. Yeah, but the problem with Lockdown is I lose my Helpful Hunter, which I don't know if I'm willing to do this turn. So I think what I'm going to do is pick up the Helpful Hunter this turn, play Island, no attacks, hold up, get lost. And then I could play the Helpful Hunter next turn. But if they're playing the Javier Dominguez version, they don't have Beetles. Because that version basically cuts Beetles for Obliterators. So. But I'm pretty sure I have to hold up Get Lost the whole game now. Yeah, that is true. Well, no, because if I lock down that turn, I lose the Hunter, but I guess I have 2 blockers. No, because remember, the whole point of this is I need to hold up the Get Lost because I don't want to be forced into a situation where I have to block the Paragon on the cottage. You know what I mean? They're attacking here? I will happily let them attack. So I guess they just want to put the Dread Knight in the graveyard. They also want to exile stuff for the Paragon. Okay, those are gone. And then we go here, here, get lost. So they lose everything. Now, the unfortunate part about this is now that we've used the Get Lost, we no longer have insurance if they'd go Obliterator Fight Spell. Okay, that 4 life is massive. God damn, that 4 life is huge. Okay, so Verge. Cards in library, 28. We can set everything, right? I think we can. Because they only have one cottage left. Oh. He just missed on the Overlord. Okay, well, -4 cards. No big deal. Not getting a treasure with Beza. You think I'm counting the lands? I have 3 mana. Could just play a Breaker to get a card out of their hand. I don't hate that. It's funny because the card actually kind of mattered. Because I could have played double Breaker that turn. But realistically, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think I can lose this game now. This was an insane game. We came all the way back from the brink of defeat. Or did we? No, we did. We did for sure. Can't go back. Because they can't animate the cottage this turn. Okay. We have second Paragon, so not a big deal. We got a Mapper. Anoint with Affliction. That one does not seem particularly good here. How am I supposed to tell if this is in Adventure or Graveyard for its own ability? Okay, it looks like it's Adventure for its own ability. There's really no way to tell though. Ask the judge. I don't know about all that. Play Hunter. Hunded. I could deck myself. Oh, I gotta click on the graveyard. Oh, I see. So if you click on the graveyard, it would show up here in the grave. But if it's an adventure, then okay, it wouldn't show up in the graveyard. This hand does not have black mana. Is that a problem? Kind of feels like a problem. Okay, this one's good. I can't look at the island. A lot of red gamers today. Which, I mean, is pretty good for our win rate, right? Dude, I'll play against red all day with this deck. Talente. Talente. Not a single no voter. Come on, somebody's got to believe in the Gruul deck. Please. Somebody, there's got to be at least one person in chat that believes in the Gruul deck. All right, at least one. I'm good with that. If it's 97 for 3, that's fine. I'll accept that. This is your play? You know I got the nowhere. Seems like a pretty good turn to get Paragon into play now. I don't have a ton of ways to kill it game 1. I mean, if they have one of their frenzies, this sucks, but even if, I could just go 5 mana Overlord, get it back. Manifold. Manifold, huh? I guess we should Overlord first to try and spike a lockdown off of the Paragon. Although it does kind of feel weird not playing a 5/5 this turn. Okay, pick up Paragon. Then nowhere to run the 2/2. And then worst case scenario, they could probably attack with the Paragon. I'm going to block with Pixie, and then if they use a pump spell, I can go replay Pixie, pick up Nowhere the mouse next turn. This deck's got some lines to it. It's got a lot of lines. Sanctum definitely cooked. I gotta say, I've been very impressed with this deck so far. I mean, small sample size, but it's felt really good. People kind of forgot about Paragon. 44% win rate. I don't know what the overall win rate was, but I know Jason went 8-2. So at least somebody did well with it. I need a hero. That is a good point. Jason could probably go 8-2 with anything. Jason is an extremely good Magic player. Undead Panda, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. Thank you for using that Prime and supporting the stream as always. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like, they're just going to go to combat, put a counter on this, and then I'm going to have to cast the Nowhere anyways. If they had Rage, they would have cast it on blocks. Not necessarily. You know what I could do? I could actually play the Jace this turn. Pay 2 life, just to shrink something. I actually kind of like that. Hold on. Hold up. Let him cook. Let him cook for a second. And then I can just uptick on the Manifold Mouse. Yeah, this is good. Ward? You sure about that? What is this ward you speak of? I don't know what that word means. That's a fake word. So now let's see if they target the Heartfire hero, because if they do, then I can respond to the Valiant trigger and kill the Heartfire. Yeah, see, this works out pretty well for me. This is not a good line from them. Cause it in your head. Because now they can't save the Heartfire with Rage. So this like kind of worked out perfectly for me. Oh. Just the best possible draw, no big deal. I guess I should just keep upticking on the Manifold Mouse, right? Play this, crack this, gain a little bit of life. I'm running out of basics. Should mill ourselves for 12. I could just not do that. I'm just going to keep doing this. Might as well play this. It's kind of free. Still not quite attacking yet, but I think I'm probably going to wait to start attacking until the Overlord gets flipped. That Loran was such an insane draw. Because the talent was going to kind of cook me a little bit if I didn't find the Loran. Yeah, I'm actually surprised at how good Jace has been. It's like actually has relevant text, which is nice. Take my hand. Guess we up on Screaming Nemesis now. Fetch out the last basic. could draw a card off Jace, I guess, but kind of want to just keep shrinking stuff. Like, I think as long as we just chill here for a little bit, I don't know, maybe attacking there was fine. Like, I'm gonna start attacking at some point, you know? But weirdly enough, I kind of want to chump block with the Loran, because if I can block with the Loran, I can go replay Loran with the Paragon, kill the Nowhere, then replay the Nowhere with the second Paragon. You know what? I'm feeling generous. You can have a card. I'm a nice guy. That's big. Not quite. Alright, you ready for this? Pick a nice even number. X equals 9. Milling yourself for 9's gotta be good with Paragon in play, right? Well, not exactly. That's not entirely what I was looking for. Let's go Pixie. Pick up Nowhere. Cast Nowhere. I guess I don't need to cast this main phase. I'm just trying to get the reach out of their hand. I know they have it. Yeah, I know. The question is, how many more reaches do they have? I like how it asks you which Paragon to cast it off of. Okay. You got more of those? Bro, I'm targeting again. Sure? I don't even care. I mean, I take 5, but... Oh... They targeted the wrong Paragon. Nice. They targeted the one that I already used. It's good. Oh, man. Alright, GG. Yeah. You sure you want to trade? With the Paragon? Sure about that? I mean, anyone's game at this point. Truly anyone's game. That was a sick turn. Alright. As good as Jace was that game, sadly, I think I'm going to cut it. It's probably not normal for Jace to be that good against red. What did we say last time? No, I think Loran's were gone, right? Cut Hunters. I want to say last time I didn't board in Pest Control. Ashes is kind of whatever. Do you remember? Did I board in the Pest Controls last time? I don't know how good it is against them. Right, and I think that's kind of why the Sanctum team decided to play Jace in the main, just because the line of Jace plus Pixie is so good against Domain. I want to say what I did last time was this, and then play the Get Lost. Because I do like Loran's, especially post-board, if they're going to have... They have Talent and they might have Forge. Look, it's not a great hand, but I think it's better than going to 5. Yeah. Yeah, I use Pest against Goblins, but I think this might be a little bit different. We did play against Gruul earlier, I think, with this deck. Pretty sure we did. Any lockdowns? Not quite. I think we have died. I believe we may have died. Yeah. Maybe I should have went to 5. So, how about that good Gruul matchup, huh? Okay, well them having recruit makes me want pest control more. So, oh, I think I cut the scroll shifts last time. I think is what I did. We keep in the ashes, maybe. Let's try that. Silex is a sweeper, but I think it's too slow against them, so I don't think I want Silex. Brave New World. The sand is good. Don't really need that. It's land 4 for Beza, but I'd rather keep a blue source on top. Botch. I want to take 2 from that. I'm down. Are you willing to take 4? Yeah, I'm taking 4. I'm in. I'm down. Yeah, the 4 damage is nice with Beza. I do like that. This could get a little sketchy if they have a paw patch formation for lockdown, but it's fine. If they play Nemesis this turn, we can just go break or hold up town. / nowhere. Okay. Well, this lines up fucking perfectly. My goodness. Good God. You don't get the card, but huge Beza. What is the Pixie Jade combo that's good versus Domain? Pixie Jace. So you play Jace, right? You minus the loyalty. You basically minus everything but 1 loyalty, and then you can Pixie to pick up your Jace and do it again. You're gonna like this line. I know you're gonna like this line. Bye-bye. Was that good? That was pretty good. Yeah, poor fish. The fish never stood a chance. You hate to see it. Challenge. I mean, it's a pretty good follow-up. It's not a bad follow-up. Just kill them both main phase. Beep. Beep boop, beep boop. This game still could be kind of close. They have all spells in hand. Yeah. Can pest control... Oh, no, we can't, right? I would accept another town. Probably cycle pest control. Okay, we can Beza for the full amount, which is nice. Well, the card. Ooh. Okay, so bobble the 1/2. I don't think I need the life. I could, like, wait a turn on the Beza, but I just wanted the card in the fish. I think it's got to be worth it there. And we can always Pixie the lockdown if we want to. Okay. I'm in. I'm blocking. You show me your rage. Yeah, we can get life off breaker too. So 8 minus 2 is 6. We go to 10. We go to 10 and they have 1 card. Ooh. Ooh. Although, actually not that great here, right? Get a basic. Well, a Fabled Passage. 1, 2, 3, 4 passage. Yeah. So, Paragon. Yeah, if we had one more mana, we could sack Breaker, then replay it. But unfortunately, do not have one more mana. So let's just go get a Swamp. Pixie, pick up... whatever, it doesn't matter, I guess. Sure. Literally does not matter because I'm killing their 2/2. Alright, 4 mana, 1 card in hand. I am at 12, so 12 is not, 12 is like a somewhat precarious life total. Upkeep Scry. Keep that just in case. That's got to be pretty safe, right? And then we can go 1, 2, 3... play this, get 2 more life. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do have enough mana to Anchorage and hold up Anoint, so I will do that. 2-turn clock. Your turn. Yeah, Paragon does have extra flavor text. I mean, I guess if they drew a kill spell for Paragon, it's like maybe good enough, but I mean, realistically, it's still not, right? Could have mapped. I'm too lazy. I'll map Pulse Combat. Obviously should have mapped pre-combat, but can't be bothered. I'll keep that on top, I think. Good game! God, this Paragon deck cooks.